guys, this is Sydney
and Amanda,
and we're finally reacting to a fan theory video. This is Bookish Theory. I believe it'll be linked in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. This was one, at least the user was suggested for us to check out in terms of reacting to a fan theory video to try and put this storyline together for us. So we're going to check it out. But yeah, let's see what this story is really about, because I'm really interested to see how all of this connects, but let's get into it.
This is only at the Crossroads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome back to Bookish Theory.
This goes through the little preview for
I would like to talk about GFriend's Tale of the Glass Bead, focusing on the timeline of the storyline up to this point and what we could expect from the upcoming comeback. Since Source Music has been recently acquired by Big Hit, I think it's fair to assume that their story will be somehow connected with both BTS and Tomorrow by Together.
I hope not.
I hope not. Let them be individual, please.
So
let them be
today, what
individuals.
we're gonna do is to focus on a general overview
Oh, but I
of
see the
Friends'
beads.
timeline and setup in order to get the full picture while we wait
that's
for the
all of them.
comeback. Now, despite being a very short video, Tale of the Glass Bead already gave us a lot of clues about the idea they're going for here. The girls start off as friends. They are born and raised together. And for the longest time, their friendship seems to be nothing more than a source of joy and happiness. Things change when they visit a lake that gives them special abilities. Each of them appreciates their own power.
I don't remember seeing that. Where was that?
Feeling envious about the others. And it's this envy that leads them to their ultimate downfall. The friendship that once united them is now distorted into a source of misery. And it's only when they are lonely and separated that they finally realize how their envy ruined their life as well as their friendship.
Damn, that's so dark.
The girls wishing to go back in time and meet at a crossroads, which presumably is gonna be the starting point from which the new storyline will connect with both BTS and TXT. Now, if we take a look at the music video GFriend released up to this point, the timeline we are being presented in the Tale of the Glass Bead appears to be linear up until we get to Navilera. In Glass Bead, Me Gustas Tu, and Rough, we see how their life was before they got their powers. This is basically the stage of the narrative when we are introduced to their characters and relationship. And the songs portray their youth and highlight their friendship as well as their happiness. When we get to Navilera, however, things start to get a bit tricky. In the trailer, we see this video as the starting point of their troubles. And this makes sense because the butterfly that is referenced in the song is an animal that generally symbolizes change and transformation. Now, bear in mind, Navilera is the first song that mentions envy in the lyrics. So it makes sense that what we see in the video is the initial stage of the conflict that will later
I think I noticed that in the captions.
Up to this point, however, we still lack the most important part of the story, which is the girls actually getting their powers. This is the reason why the conflict exists in the first place, but neither Navilera nor Fingertip actually shows it, which means that between Rough and Navilera there is a missing piece. This piece is actually filled by Love Whisper, which is the song where we see them going to the lake and acquire their abilities.
We don't see them acquire.
The narrative is also confirmed by the end of Fingertip, where we see Unha going back to sleep and the clock going back in time. Now, by moving Love Whisper between Rough and Navilera, the story actually becomes pretty clear. In Me Gustas Tu and Rough, the girls are friends. In Love Whisper, they go on a journey and get their powers. In Navilera, they get envious, and in Fingertip, they start fighting. Fingertip represents the climax of the conflict.
That's what we had said about,
Even if what we see happens in a dream, the conflict itself is happening in real life as well, which is something also confirmed by Summer Rain. In that song, the girls compare love to a summer rain that is as strong as it is short-lived. And the video shows them sadly reminiscing about the past while being grateful for the moments they spent together. These feelings will be later developed in Time for the Moon Night, which is arguably the most difficult video to explain. Now, when the song first came out, there were a lot of theories about the story they were trying to portray here. Some people thought that the song was about mourning and moving on from
That's
the
what
death
it.
of a
yeah.
loved
That's
one,
what we
while
thought.
others saw it as a portrayal of mental illness that caused the girls to have hallucinations about each other.
See, that's
All these theories were actually really well done and extremely plausible. But now we know that all their videos are connected. So in the light of the information the trailer gave us, the song can be seen as the aftermath of the conflict portrayed in Navilera
Okay.
and Fingertip.
Okay. I
The
can see
lyrics
that.
here focus a lot on the themes of memory and longing, and the video portrays the girls, and more specifically Unha, trying to move on from the memory of their friendship. So, does this mean that all the theories were wrong? Well, not exactly actually. You see, even knowing what we know now, I still think that the explanations I just mentioned have some truth to them. Since their friendship was such an important part of their identity, them mourning its loss actually implies that a part of them died when they got separated. If you
I can see
remember,
that.
in Fingertip, some of the members actually died in the dream. So
Yes,
the
they did.
hallucinations could be seen as the two worlds actually merging together in their minds. The
Okay.
lyrics here are particularly interesting because they actually hint at this possibility by cluing us in on what is about to happen next. Despite their loneliness and sadness, the girls find comfort in the memory of the past. And even if they know that their fantasy will disappear soon, when the time for the moon night comes, they will meet again in their dreams.
Okay.
Now, this is important because from this point on, the narrative shifts from the real world to the dream one.
Okay.
If you look closely, starting from Sunny Summer, the story is not focused on reality anymore.
This
Yeah,
is when we got
Dreams.
confused.
Yeah.
Through
This is
their
when we got
dreams, they are
confused
able
after
to be
this.
together again.
Yeah, because we're
If you
like,
take
why
a
are
look
they?
at Memoria and Sunrise, for instance, both songs seems to confirm this as well. In Memoria, the girls are able to interact with one another when they are asleep.
Okay.
In Sunrise, the opening tells us that they had a dream where they could be together again for a short time. Here we see that in their individual scenes they are alone and reminiscing about the past.
Yeah.
So we can assume that the scenes that shows them together are not reality. They are
Okay.
a memory that they are reliving in a dream.
Okay.
So when they fall asleep in the dream, they wake up in real life, alone and sad as they were before.
Okay.
When the video shows their dreams, we actually get some references to their past videos. Further reinforcing the idea that in the story, memory and dream are closely connected to one another. This is important because the separation between the real world and the dream world could possibly be an important aspect of the comeback, and Flower seems to confirm this as well. Now, in Flower, the girls are once again in the dream world, which is something they admit right at the beginning of the song. What is interesting here is that in the lyrics, they compare the dream to a labyrinth that they cannot escape from.
Gosh,
This
it's
is
so...
very telling because the idea that they don't want to escape the fantasy implies that now they are getting lost in the labyrinth. And I think that Fever deals with this topic as well. In that song, they are overpowered by love. The happiness they feel is once again like a summer dream.
Gosh,
but they don't
it's
care
crazy.
about the fact that this is not reality because
Yeah, they wanna
their
stay
love
there.
for one another makes them love themselves. What we are seeing here is like a dream loop that makes them relive their
They're trapped in the
memories and
labyrinth,
keeps
which
them trapped
they're
in
tr-
the
they're-
labyrinth
they're
because
getting-
of the
remember they-
happiness these
they-
fantasies entail.
in the preview video,
When
they're
they
all
leave,
trying
they
to
can
get-
go
They're
back
trying
in
to- yeah.
time and relive the past. And even if this gives them happiness, the more time they spend in the dream, the more they risk to get lost in it. This idea is also foreshadowed
trying
in
to-
Falling Light, which is the latest song that they released. Now in Falling Light, they actually confirm the idea that their dreams allow them to go back in time by reminiscing about the past.
Okay.
But in the lyrics, they also compare themselves to a lost child, which is
Okay.
something that further reinforces the idea that they are lost in the labyrinth of their dream. Now, on the GFriend Wikipedia page, it
That's
is
what we-
hinted
that's
that
what we
the title
used.
track of Labyrinth will be called Crossroads. So this implies that in the
Oh, this was
comeback
before
we'll be
Crossroads.
seeing a new beginning for them. That is them meeting again at the crossroads they mentioned in the trailer. This crossroads could be a place where reality and dream actually merge together, thus allowing them to go back in time in real life the way they do in their dreams.
I feel
they
like
want to go back to
From me
the
today,
Crossroads may allow them to
I'm
go
already
back
Yeah.
in
working on a
time.
big hit multiverse video that I cannot
That's
wait
really
to
cool.
show you guys.
Like, that's really-
So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
It's interesting. I wonder if she made another one after Crossroads.
Yeah, we can look. I mean,
We can look.
we can add it to the end if she did.
Yes, if she did, we'll add it to the end of this. It'll load right up because I really do want to see what.
Yeah,
her
I want to
theory
see
is.
if she had a.
So let us give us a second to check if it's there. We'll load it. If not, we will just do our typical outro video. All right, guys. So yeah, she looks like she did do a Crossroads meeting.
breakdown. So we're gonna
Breakdown. So we're gonna check it out.
Yeah, we're just gonna add.
Super cool. I get that. That's the butterfly effect. I get
Yeah.
that part of it, but
The dream's
Hello, and
collapsing.
welcome back to
Yeah.
Bookish Theories. In today's video, I would like to talk about GFriend's Crossroads, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of the lyrics and the storyline portrayed in the music video. This is GFriend's first comeback since Source Music was acquired by Big Hit, and you can already see some callbacks and possible connections with
Gosh,
both
they
BTS and
really-
Tomorrow by Together storylines. For the time being, it looks like these connections are used more like a setup for what's to come rather than
They're gonna
actual
do a
proof
group-
that
they're gonna
their
do a-
story will
No,
actually
I think they're
interact
just using
with
the
one
same
another.
themes.
So
I think it's
today
cool. I
we're
think
gonna
that's cool.
focus
I
on
think it's-
GFriend and their story.
Alright, let's
Now,
see.
in many respects, Crossroads is the perfect continuation of the storyline that was already introduced in A Tale of the Glass
Yes.
Bead. In the trailer, we are told that the girls grew up together. They were friends and happy to be with each other. But things change when they go on a journey and a magical lake gives them powers. While each of them are happy with their abilities, they cannot help but feeling envious of the others. And because of this envy, the girls end up fighting and get separated. The trailer ends with them
I think
wishing to go back in time.
we started
as they
watching this,
stand
and
at
this
the
is what made us
crossroads.
want
And the
Yes,
to
title
go
track
back and watch
actually
all
The previous
goes
story
off
thing.
from
It
Yeah.
did. Yes,
Yeah.
it
Following
did.
the events of the trailer, Crossroads is a song that deals with the themes of regret, memory, and their desire to reconnect with
Okay.
one another. As the lyrics describe their sorrow and disbelief regarding the mistakes they made in the past, the girls here use music as a medium to find each other
With Song
in
of
the
the-
labyrinth
Song of the
they're
Siren.
lost into. In the song, the focus is on a singing star, a guide, if you will, that is visible in the sky and that they use to interact with one another as they try to find a way to meet again. Judging by the lyrics, it seems like the labyrinth the girls are stuck into is a dream limbo of sorts, where
That's what
time
they're-
is still and they end up in the same place despite their effort to go back and forth. If you look closely, even if the song is called Crossroads, the lyrics never mention it and the girls never meet. And this is because right now the story is still unfolding. Despite their desire to be together and fix the past, there is still no resolution to their problem. And the video further reinforces this idea by showing the girls constantly trying to reach out but failing in the process. This is a concept that was already foreshadowed back in Rough. In that song, the girls describe themselves as parallel lines that try to approach but keep on missing
God,
one
that's
another.
crazy.
And Crossroads seems to reprise this concept by describing a time loop where they go back to fix the past but end up making new mistakes that keep them apart. Now, as it always happens when it comes to time travel, things can get very confusing very fast.
Yes.
So in order to get the sense of what's going on in the video, the first thing that we need to do is to understand the basic rules they are following and continue from there. If we look at the MV in relation to their past songs, there are some recurring symbols that tend to stand out. On the one hand, we have the butterfly, a symbol of change and transformation. Then we have the clock, which obviously represents them going back in time. And last but not least, we have the glass bead, which is a symbol that is also featured in BTS and Tomorrow by Together's videos. Now, the glass bead is very important here because it's an object that GFriend has been using since their debut.
Yeah.
In glass bead, the girls compare themselves to the bead, stressing the idea that they are not as fragile as they seem. And in fingertip, when the girls look at them, they appear inside of the beads. thus suggesting that the object is a symbol of their identity.
Okay.
In the story, the glass beads are the girls themselves, a representation of their power, their connection, and their inner selves. But in Crossroads, we see that Una's bead is turning black. Thus confirming that the issue is yet to be resolved and that they have to hurry before it's too late.
Okay.
This is where time travel comes into play. Now, in the video, Una is once again the protagonist. Much like Jin in BTS's storyline, she seems to be the one in charge of going back in time in the attempt to fix their relationship. But as we see in the video, things are easier said than done. At the beginning, the video opens with Una reliving the same scene we saw in Fingertip.
Yep.
Right off the bat, this is very important because the visuals not only suggest that Una is able to go back in time when she sleeps, but also that time travel takes place when the girls interact with the butterfly.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, the butterfly is a symbol of change, so it makes sense that in the story, the animal is used to signify a change in the narrative. As the video progresses, however, we also see that Una has 3 butterflies in a case. This implies that it's not the first time that she has done this, but the 3rd. And the fact that there is an empty space suggests that she only has another chance before everything is lost. This idea is also confirmed by the glass bead turning black and by a specific scene in the second half of the video, where we see Una actually time traveling in 3 different areas.
Oh yeah,
3.
Now, this part is very interesting for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
On the one hand, we see that every time she time travels,
it gets more destroyed.
That surrounds her gets worse, thus reinforcing the idea that their chances are running out.
Very cool.
On the other, however, this scene is so cool because if we look at the styling of her hair, we can actually trace the videos where she travels back in time. The first time that happens is back in Fingertip, which is also confirmed by the ending of the video itself. The second time instead is during Time for the Moon Night, where we see the story jumping back and forth between them being together and then getting separated. While the 3rd time is the one that we see in Crossroads, which once again appears to be a failure. Much like what we see happen in Time for the Moon Night, the timeline here jumps from the happy past to the sad present. And the main conflicts seem to be between Yuju and Eunji and Shinbi and Una. What Sowon and Yerin don't seem to be involved, they still look affected by the others fighting. But by the end of the video, the narrative doesn't offer any resolution. This could imply that in the future, we will see Una going back for the 1st time in the last attempt to fix the past. To know whether she will succeed, however, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Super
and
cool.
If you did, please think about liking and subscribing.
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. Like, wow, like
I can't wait for
now I'm ready.
Video.
I'm ready now, and it's one of those things you gotta pay attention to lyrics.
Yeah,
you have to pay attention to like whether the butterfly shows up, what the bead looks like.
So it's like, do we react to the lyric video first and then watch the music video?
I think we do. I think we need to. I think we
can't really pay attention to both when you're watching.
Yes, I think we're gonna react to the lyric video first and then the music video because unless the music video has English.
Well, even then,
well, no, because then I'll pay attention to the visuals. Yes, we'll react to the lyric video first, and then we will react to the music video.
Yeah, we'll upload them probably back to back.
No, they'll be on the same video.
Yeah.
Just do them on the same video. But yeah, no. Thank you guys. Wow, who would have thought that, 15, 16 minutes worth of explanation would help. Yeah. But no, it's, wow. You can't get much more thorough than this. So, super cool. Thank you guys for suggesting this. I hope this helped you guys as well. I know there are alternate theories out there, but this was very, very well put together.
Yeah. And I'll be sure to put the link for this video in the description.
Yes, it'll be in the description box below. But yes, thank you guys for suggesting. And this will be coming out on Sunday, so tomorrow is the day.
Yes.
Yes, we will be reacting to the music video on Monday and probably album review on Tuesday. That is the plan, unless something changes. But yes, super excited. This makes everything so much clearer now. So
yeah,
thank you guys again for suggesting. If you guys like the content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll put this in our GFriend playlist. It'll be linked in the description box below, as well as up here if you guys would like to check out our other GFriend reactions. I don't think there are any more teasers that are coming out.
No.
So Monday is the day. So hope you guys will go on the journey with us through our reaction to it, because we are very, very, very excited. So thank you guys again for checking the video out, and we will catch you guys, I guess, on Monday with the Apple Music video. So, see you guys.
All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.